Chapter 74 of A Book of Discovery. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. A Book of Discovery by M.B. SYNGE. Chapter 74. Dates of Chief Events. The oldest known ships 6000 to 5000 B.C. Expedition to Punt 1600 B.C. Phoenician expeditions 700 B.C. Necho's fleet built 613 B.C. Anaximander the Greek invents maps 580 B.C. Hecateuus writes the first geography 500 B.C. Herodotus describes Egypt 446 B.C. Hanno sails down west coast of Africa 450 B.C. Xenophon crosses Asia Minor 401 B.C. Alexander the Great finds India 327 B.C. Nearchus navigates the Indian Ocean 326 B.C. The Geography of Eratosthenes 240 to 196 B.C. Pytheas discovers the British Isles and Thule 333 B.C. Julius Caesar explores France, Britain, Germany 60 to 54 B.C. Strabo's Geography 18 Anno Domini. Agricola discovers the Highlands 83 Anno Domini. Pliny's Geography 170. Ptolemy's Geography of Maps 159. The First Guide for Travellers 4th century. St. Patrick explores Ireland 432 to 493. St. Columba reaches the Orkney Isles 563. St. Brandon crosses the Atlantic 6th century. Willibald travels from Britain to Jerusalem 721. The Christian Topography of Cosmas 6th century. Nadod the Viking discovers Iceland 861. Eric the Red discovers Greenland 985. Leif discovers Newfoundland and North America 1000. Ozir navigates the Baltic Sea 890. Mohammedan travellers to China 831. Idrisi's Geography 1154. Benjamin of Tudela visits India and China 1160. Carpini visits the Great Khan 1246. William de Rubruquis also visits the Great Khan 1255. Maflio and Niccolo Polo reach China 1260 to 1271. Marco Polo's Travels 1271 to 1295. Ibn Battuta's Travels through Asia 1324–1348. Sir John Mandeville's Travels published 1372. Hereford Mappa Mundi appeared 1218. Anglo-Saxon Map of the World 990. Prince Henry of Portugal encouraged exploration 1418. Zarco and Vaz reach Porto Santo 1419. Zarco discovers Madeira 1420. Nuno Tristram discovers Cape Blanco 1441. Gonzalves discovers Cape Verde Islands 1442. Cadamosto reaches the Senegal River and Cape Verde 1455. Diego Gamez reaches the Gambia River 1458. Death of Prince Henry 1460. Fra Mauro's Map 1457. Diego Cam discovers the Congo 1484. Bartholomew Diaz rounds the Cape of Good Hope 1486. Martin Behaim makes his globe 1492. Christopher Columbus discovers West Indies 1492. Columbus finds Jamaica and other islands 1493. Columbus finds Trinidad 1498. Death of Columbus 1504. Amerigo Vespucci finds Trinidad and Venezuela 1499. First Map of the New World by Joan de la Cosa 1500. Vasco da Gama reaches India by the Cape, 1497. Pietro Cabral discovers Brazil, 1500. Francisco Serrano reaches the Spice Islands, 1511. Balboa sees the Pacific Ocean, 1513. The first circumnavigation of the world, 1519 to 1522. Cordova discovers Yucatan, 1517. Juan Grijalva discovers Mexico, 1518. Cortés conquers Mexico, 1519. Pizarro conquers Peru, 1531. Orclando discovers the Amazon, 1541. Cabot sails to Newfoundland, 1497. Jacques Cartier discovers the Gulf of St. Lawrence, 1534. Sir Hugh Willoughby finds Nova Zembla, 1553. Richard Cancellor reaches Moscow via Archangel, 1554. Anthony Jenkinson crosses Russia to Bukhara, 1558. Pinto claims the discovery of Japan, 1542. Martin Frobisher discovers his bay, 1576. Drake sails round the world, 1577, 1580. Davis finds his strait, 1586. Barents discovers Spitzbergen, 1596. Hudson sails into his bay, 1610. Baffin discovers his bay, 1616. Sir Walter Raleigh explores Guiana, 1595. Champlain discovers Lake Ontario, 1615. Torres sails through his strait, 1605. Le Maire rounds Cape Horn, 1617. Tasman finds Tasmania, 1642. Dampier discovers his strait, 1698. Bering finds his strait, 1741. Cook discovers New Zealand, 1769. Cook anchors in Botany Bay, Australia, 1770. Cook discovers the Sandwich Islands, 1777. La Pérouse makes discoveries in China, 1785 to 1788. Bruce discovers the source of the Blue Nile, 1770. Mungo Park reaches the Niger, 1796. Vancouver explores his island, 1792. Mackenzie discovers his river and British Columbia, 1789 to 1793. Ross discovers Melville Bay, 1818. Parry discovers Lancaster Sound, 1819. Franklin reaches the Polar Sea by land, 1819 to 1822. Parry's discoveries on North American coast, 1822. Franklin navies the Mackenzie River, 1825. Beechey doubles Icy Cape, 1826. Parry attempts the North Pole by Spitzbergen, 1827. Denham and Clapperton discover Lake Chad, 1822. Clapperton reaches the Niger, 1826. René Kehl enters Timbuktu, 1829. Richard and John Lander find the mouth of the Niger, 1830. Ross discovers Boothia Felix, 1829. James Ross finds the North Magnetic Pole, 1830. Bass discovers his strait, 1797. Flinders and Bass sail round Tasmania, 1798. Flinders surveys south coast of Australia, 1801 to 1804. Sturt traces the Darling and Murray rivers, 1828 to 1831. Burke and Wills cross Australia, 1861. Ross discovers Victoria Land in the Antarctic, 1840. Franklin discovers the Northwest Passage, 1847. Livingstone crosses Africa from west to east, 1849 to 1856. Burton and Speke discover Lake Tanganyika, 1857. Speke sees Victoria Nyanza, 1858. Livingstone finds Lakes Sherwa and Nyassa, 1858 to 1864. Speke and Grant enter Uganda, 1861. Baker meets Speke and Grant at Gondokoro, 1861. Baker discovers Albert Nyanza, 1864. Livingstone finds Lakes Meoro and Bangweolo, 1868. Stanley finds Livingstone, 1871. Livingstone dies at Ilala, 1873. Stanley finds the mouth of the Congo, 1877. Nordenskjöld solves the Northeast Passage, 1879. Young husband enters Lhasa, 1904. Nansen reaches farthest north, 1895. Peary reaches the North Pole, 1909. Amundsen reaches the South Pole, 1911. End of chapter 74. And this is also the end of A Book of Discovery by M. B. Synge. Thank you for listening.